Hello everyone and welcome to the new session of the lecture series, and today we'll be discussing some of the topics from the chapter The Living World. Alright, so this lecture is completely NCERT based, means all the topics are from the NCERT book. Okay, we have already discussed some of the topics in the previous lecture. Okay, such as, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the taxonomy, modern taxonomy, what are the objectives of taxonomy, systematics, what was the definition of the taxon, and taxonomic categories. Alright, so today we'll be discussing about the taxonomic hierarchy and we'll discuss about the individual taxonomic category. Alright, and we'll give some examples also. We'll understand everything using examples. So let's start about the taxonomic hierarchy. What is taxonomic hierarchy? Alright, so it can be defined simply as stepwise arrangement of living organism into groups where each level or rank represents a specific degree of relatedness and shared characteristic. Alright, so simply you can say taxonomic hierarchy is a stepwise arrangement of living organism, okay, based on the similarities and shared characteristic. Alright, and each level, okay, each category, each taxonomic category represents a rank or a level. Okay, now you can see in this diagram, each one is a taxonomic category: kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, and species. These are, and you can see, very broad taxonomic categories. Alright, taxonomic categories. You can also say categories as ranks. So these represent, what does these represent? These represents a rank or a level, okay, in the taxonomic hierarchy. And all of these categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, all these categories from kingdom to species. Okay, all these categories together, they form the taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, so this figure represents taxonomic categories in ascending order. Alright, means from the lowest taxonomic category to highest taxonomic category. Okay, kingdom is represents the highest taxonomic category, whereas species is the lowest or the lower taxonomic categories. Okay, higher to species is genus. Okay, then we have higher to genus is family. Okay, then higher to family is order, and then we have class, then we have phylum, and highest one is the kingdom. Alright, so let's talk about taxonomic hierarchy again. So as we grow higher from species to kingdom level, the number of the common characters goes on decreasing. Alright, so this is true. Okay, as we go from species. So species is a very specific, okay, it is very specific group or taxonomic categories, and the individual, they share lot or numerous common characteristic, or they share numerous similarities. Alright, but as we move from species to kingdom, so kingdom is very diverse and broad. Alright, so what happens as we go from species to kingdom? The number of the common characters goes on decreasing. Alright, again, lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Okay, again, lower the taxa, okay, more the number of common characters, okay, that the member of the taxon share. All right. Now, there is one term. We have to understand this term. Higher the category. Okay. Suppose we are talking about which category? Kingdom here. Suppose we are talking about kingdom. So kingdom is very diverse. Suppose we are talking about kingdom Animalia. Alright, so kingdom Animalia include all the animals. It is very diverse. Alright, all the animals, and you know animals, they are very diverse. They show a lot of variation. Alright, and they don't share many common characteristic or similar characteristic. Alright, so as we go higher the taxon, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to the other taxa at the same level. Alright, so what is the reason? This is because higher taxonomic ranks or categories encompass a broader range of organisms. They are very broad and diverse. Okay, and the characteristic used for classification become more general, okay, and less specific. Alright, so because of this, there is a greater difficulty of determining relationship to other taxa at the same level. For example, if we consider the, okay, so let's talk about species, the lowest taxonomic group. And within species, we are talking about, suppose let's take an example of Panthera leo, which is lion. Alright, so if we talk about the species, okay, Panthera is a generic name. Leo is the specific epithet which denotes the species. So lion, what they do? They share numerous, okay, or you can say many or lot of common characteristic. Okay, they share a lot of similarities. Okay, at what? At genetic level as well as at morphological level. Okay, so because there is a lot of similarities, it is very easy to determine the evolutionary relationship. Okay, so because of this, it is easy to determine the relationship. And which kind of relationship? Evolutionary relationship. Alright, but as we move up to the higher taxon or taxonomic group, it is not easy to determine the evolutionary relationship because the higher taxonomic group are very diverse. Okay, so next level higher to species is genus. Alright, so again we are taking example of Panthera. Alright, so genus Panthera not only includes Leo, okay, it also includes Panthera, okay, some other organisms, some other big cats, okay. So lions are also big cats. Panthera leo is lion, and then it also includes Panthera tigris, which is tiger. Alright, it also includes leopard. Okay, this is leopard. Panthera pardus. Okay, all of these three organisms have Panthera as their generic name, or they belong to genus Panthera. Alright, Panthera leo, Panthera tigris, and Panthera pardus, which is leopard. Okay, again you can see all of these, they share some common characteristic. Okay, they share some common characteristic. Alright, and it is not easy to determine the evolutionary relationship, or it is a bit difficult. Okay, at the genus level, it is a bit difficult to determine the evolutionary relationship. Why? Because they have further diverted from the common ancestor. Alright. Now, next level higher to genus is family. Alright. So first we will say species, second genus, and third we are talking about the family. So if we talk about the family, Felidae. So this comprise of one Panthera genus and then another genus is Felis. Felis is what? Domestic cat belongs to Felis. Alright. And here are the big cats like lions, leopards. Alright. And tiger. So now you can see again. Alright. They also share some common characteristic. Alright, so here you can see as we go higher up the taxon, the number of similar characters or common character decreases. Alright, so here again it is difficult. It is difficult to determine the evolutionary relationship. Again, okay? Because the number of common characteristics are now decreasing. Alright, so this is the clear. Okay, now let's move on to the other topic, which is how to place an organism in various categories. Alright, we know what are taxonomic categories now, but how to place any living organism in various taxonomic categories. Alright, so first basic requirement is the knowledge of the characters of the individual or group of organism. Alright, so there should be knowledge of the characters or the features, whatever you want to say, unique features, unique characters. Alright, so what? So this helps in identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organism as well as of other kind of organism. Alright, so placing an organism in various categories, we need to have the knowledge of the fundamental characteristic of the individual or group of organism. Alright, now let's talk about the individual taxonomic categories. Alright, the lowest one is the species. Alright, so let's start with the species. So it is the lowest taxonomic category. Alright, and taxonomic studies consider a group of individuals. Okay, so what are species? Group of individual organism with fundamental similarities are known as species. Okay, so a group of organisms with similarities are grouped in a taxonomic group known as species. Okay, and one should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on their distinct morphological differences. Okay, so one species, okay, or how species is defined. Species are the, what is the actual definition of species? Group of organism, or you can say group of individual organisms. Alright, that are first criteria that are morphology. Okay, that are morphologically distinct from other species, from other groups also you can say, from other groups. Alright, second, a species, the individual of the species, okay, they can mate among themselves. Alright, they can mate among themselves only, okay, and reproductively isolated from others. And reproductively isolated from other groups. Okay. And what else? The individuals of the species should share, okay, similarities or common characteristic. Share similarities among themselves and should be morphologically distinct from the other groups. All right. So this is how species can be defined. Okay. So the definition of the true species was given by Ernest Mayr. Okay. So true species was initially described by Ernest Mayr. Okay, so he said species are the group of individuals that can interbreed among themselves and are reproductively isolated from the other such groups. All right. So let us first consider the example of mango, which is Mangifera indica. Okay. Second is Solanum tuberosum. Third is Panthera leo, which is lion. Okay. So all right. So here indica, tuberosum and leo, these are the specific epithet and they represents the what? Species. All right. So indica, tuberosum and leo represents the specific epithet, while the first word Mangifera, Solanum and the Panthera are the generic name and represents the genera. All right. And what is genera? Genera is the another higher level of taxon or category. So it comes above the species, okay, or it is higher taxonomic group than species. All right. So here indica, tuberosum and leo are the specific epithet, and what they represent? They represent the species of the organism. All right. Now, each genus may have one or more, okay, one or more than one specific epithet representing different organism, okay, but having morphological similarities. All right. So again, we can take the example of Panthera. All right. So Panthera has another specific epithet, tigris. Okay, one was leo. All right. Another specific epithet is tigris. All right. So what is Panthera tigris? Panthera tigris is tiger. And Panthera leo is lion. Okay. Similarly, if you talk about plants, genus Solanum includes species like nigrum and melongela. All right. Here in this diagram, you can see Panthera. This is the genus or the generic name. This also represents the genus. Now, Panthera, okay, can have specific epithet leo. All right. What is leo? Lion. Then it can have specific epithet pardus, which is leopard. And then we have tigris, which is tiger. Similarly, Solanum genus can have specific epithet nigrum. Solanum nigrum is potato. Or it can have specific epithet melongena, and then it becomes brinjal. All right. So you can see genus is same, but the specific epithet is different. So organism also become different. All right. Now let's move on to the genus. What is genus? Now genus comprises a group of related species. You have to underline this. Comprises group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. All right. Now, so we can say that genera, what are they? Are the aggregates of closely related species. Okay, like Solanum, okay, had two species, Solanum nigrum and Solanum melongena. So, what is genus? Genus are the aggregate of closely related species. All right, for example, potato and brinjal are two different species but belong to the same genus, Solanum. All right. Again, another example, lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pardus and tiger. with several common characteristics, okay, and features. All are species of the genus Panthera. Okay, so Panthera includes, which is a genus, includes many species, all right, which are closely related and share common characteristic. All right, but one genus is different from the another genus. So Panthera is one genus and another genus is Felis. Okay, Felis is your domestic cat, Felis catus. All right, so this Panthera genus differs from the other genus Felis, which includes cats. All right, now next higher to genus is family. All right, so let's talk about family. The next category, family, has a group. What is family? It's a group of related genus. Okay, they are the group of related genus with still less number of similarities. So we've already talked, as we grow higher up the taxonomic hierarchy, the number of similarity decreases. So family is a group of related genera with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. Okay, and how family are characterized? Family are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of the plant species. So in vegetative, what comes? Stem length, root length, or number of leaves, or whatever, arrangement of leaves. Reproductive features means the sexual organs and all. All right, male sexual organ, female sexual organs. Now let's take an example. Okay, among plants, for example, 3 different genera. First is Solanum, Petunia, and Datura. All of these genus, so family is the collection, okay, comprises of genus, different genus, which share some common characteristic. So all these genus, Solanum, Petunia, and Datura, comes under the family Solanaceae. All right, so this is the example here. All right, among animals, all right, if we talk about animals, so Felidae is the family here. Okay, so this is the family which comprises of what? These 2 genus, Panthera and Felis. Okay, Felis is your domestic cat, Felis catus. All right, so family is the comprises of different genus which share common characteristic. Here you can write example again, lion, tiger, leopard. So these, okay, lion and leopard share some of the characteristic with the domestic cat. Okay, but only some. All right, so number of similarities decreasing now. Okay, similarly, if you observe the feature of cat and dog, all right, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. Okay, so they are separated into 2 different families, Felidae and canines. All right, Felidae, okay, comprises of cats, and Canidae comprises of dogs. Okay, so here they are saying the families are different. Okay, they don't share much common characteristic. So one family, Felidae, is different from the another family, Canidae. All right, now next category, higher to families, order. Okay, so category like species, genus, and family, we know, we've already talked about them. They are based on number of similar characters. Okay, so organism in these taxonomic categories, they are based on the number of similar characteristic, or they are classified on the basis of number of similar characteristic. But what happens in order and other higher taxonomic categories, okay, above order, the identification is based on the aggregates of characters. Okay, aggregate of characters. All right, or you can say aggregate of morphological characters. Okay, which are, how can you define aggregate of characters? Means they are based on the similarities of morphological character, you can say. Morphological characters. Okay. Now, order being a higher category is the assemblage of families. Alright, so order, what is order? It is the assemblage of different families which exhibit again a few similar characters. Okay. Now, similar characters are less in number here. Again, because order is a higher taxonomic group, so similar characters are less in number. Alright, and it is very difficult to determine the evolutionary relationship because similarities are becoming very less. There is a decrease in the number of similarities. So it is very difficult to determine the evolutionary relationship. Okay. Now, for example, plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymoniales. Okay. So one order is Polymoniales, which include the family Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae. Alright. And the classification is based on the floral characters. Okay. These are the aggregation of characters, floral characters. Alright. Again, in animal, if we take the example of animal, order Carnivora. So this is an order. And what does order means? How it can be defined? It is the assemblage of families. So this order includes this family, Felidae and Canidae. Felidae again are cats. Canidae comprises of dogs. Alright. Now higher category to order is class. So this category includes related orders. Alright. So class includes related orders. For example, order Primata. So if we take the example of Primata. So Primata consists, okay, or comprises of monkey, gorilla and gibbon. Alright. And okay, this order Primata and the other order Carnivora. Okay, we are talking about class here. So first order is order Primata and second order is order Carnivora. So these two orders are placed under the class Mammalia. Alright, here you can see this is the class Mammalia, which includes the order Primata and Carnivora. So Primata includes monkey, gorilla and gibbon. Examples of individual carnivora are tiger, cat and dog. So here you can see they share only some of the common characteristic. Okay, and now the category are becoming very diverse and broad. These two don't share many similarities. They don't share many similarities. Alright. Now, higher to class is phylum. So what does phylum include? Phylum includes one or more related classes of animals only. Okay. If we are talking about plants, then we have to say division. So we call division in case of plants and phylum in case of animals. Alright. Example can be phylum Chordata. So phylum Chordata consists of classes, alright, comprising of animals such as fishes, amphibians, reptile, birds, along with mammals also. Okay, so phylum Chordata consists of classes which have animals, alright, or which comprise of these animals, fishes, amphibians, reptile, birds and mammals. So you can see the diversity here is increasing. Alright, the taxonomic category is getting broader and broader. Now, we were talking of phylum Chordata. So now all these fishes, amphibians and mammals, so all these are categorized in phylum Chordata based on the common features like presence of notochord and dorsal-hollow neural system. Alright, so all these organisms which we were talking about, fish, amphibians, mammals, they consist of presence of notochord and dorsal-hollow neural system. Okay, so all these organisms are placed in phylum Chordata. Okay, you can see these are very diverse, but they share only some of the common characteristics. Alright, not all. So it is very difficult to determine the relationship. Now, in case of plants, alright, we call it division. Instead of phylum, we call it division. Okay. Now the highest taxonomic group is kingdom. Okay. So all animals belonging to various phyla are assigned to the highest category, kingdom. Alright. So kingdom is the highest taxonomic category. So now we have either we have kingdom Plantae or we have kingdom Animalia. Alright. So Animalia is a classification system of animals, whereas kingdom Plantae is a classification system of plants. Kingdom Plantae includes all the plants from various divisions. Alright. Now let's study about the taxonomic categories of some of the common organisms, alright, living organisms like housefly, man, mango, and wheat. Alright. So biological name we are talking about Homo sapiens. And what is the common name? You can say man or human. Alright. So here genus is Homo. Homo is the genus. Alright. Species is or specific name is Sapiens. It belongs to the family Hominidae, order Primata, class Mammalia, and phylum Chordata. Here we will talk about phylum because humans are animals, considered as animals. Musca domestica. What is Musca domestica? It is a common housefly. Genus is Musca. Alright, family Mucidae, order Diptera, class Insecta, and alright, and it comes under phylum Chordata. Now Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica is, what is the common name? Mango. Alright, genus is Mangifera. Family is Anacardiaceae. Order Sapindales. It is a dicot. Dicotyledonary. Okay, class is Dicotyledonary. And division here will be, okay, we'll talk about division here. Division is Angiospermae. Okay, similarly, Triticum aestimum. What is Triticum aestimum? It is wheat. Okay, here the genus is Triticum. It belongs to the family Poaceae. Order is Poales. It is a monocot. Alright, that's why Monocotyledony. Okay, and it belongs to the division Angiospermae. Alright, this was the taxonomic categories of some of the common organisms, alright, that you see around yourself. Okay, alright, so these are the references. Okay, all this material is from the NCERT textbook, biology textbook for class 11th, published by NCERT. Okay, so you can have a look at this book. So this was the end of the lecture. Thank you very much for listening.